Welcome to JGTCR. I'm Cope, and today we are tuning the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta. Let's get into it. This Ferrari is a very spongy, sloppy-toppy, wobbly-dobbly, slippy-dippy, peaky blinders kind of vehicle. The handling is all over the place. It lumbers and lurches its way around the track, making driving this Ferrari an unimpressive driving experience. The steering is easily overcome by the spongy suspension, sending us into an understeer plow that often sees us mowing the lawn. The power isn't great, and when it manages to find traction, it is a slow wind through the gears to get moving. The power delivery is not all that crazy, but incredibly, it manages to cook the rear tires almost constantly. It's best practice to throw it into fourth gear and drive it like an automatic, only coming down the gears for extra rotation or braking. The brakes are actually quite reasonable when used in straight lines. This is probably because the speed isn't all that great, but if any turning is involved while braking, it gets sloppy and understeery quite quickly. Let's collect our time. 8 minutes 30.3 seconds. And now the race tune. With no front aero available, we had to use a few tricks to get traction over the front wheels and stop a whole bunch of understeer. The most important setting in our tune is ballast of 125 kilos at a ballast positioning of -48. The remainder of our tune is set to complement this decision. Let's head back out to the Nürburgring. This Ferrari was a bit annoying to tune. It seems that no matter how much better the car was after tuning, the total time just did not want to budge. The handling is much improved. With no aero up front, it was understeer city, but now it moves when we ask it to and steers well in most conditions. The power has increased, but it isn't by much. We certainly are faster and have more grunt, though it does not feel like that much of an improvement. The power delivery can seem aggressive, and getting power to the ground cleanly can be an issue at times, but it is manageable with a bit of throttle modulation when things get slippery. The brakes work well and do as intended without any issues. It is quite stable for the most part. Let's collect our time. 6 minutes 39 seconds flat. And now the drift tune. The tail end of this Ferrari was just too snappy and aggressive. All of our efforts were spent on making the rear end stable while drifting. Let's drift Suzuka. The Ferrari 250 GT feels extremely underpowered for drifting. And even though this Ferrari is front-engine rear-wheel drive, it is still very difficult to dial in the balance, which seems to be a running trend for Ferraris in general. But in the end, it does end up coming up Millhouse. The handling is fairly solid and stable. We can throw this 250 GT around quite a bit and it takes it well. There is still a touch of sloppiness, but it works for us when catching the drift. The steering is precise even when pushing limits. It performs well and guides the car appropriately. The power available is decent, but it feels underpowered as differential settings had to be minimized to balance the tail end. At the end of the day, what it boils down to is that we have to sacrifice our drift ability for some stability. And that's all we have for you today, so until next time, keep racing!